For News 5 at 6, I'm Diane Derby.
And good evening again. I'm Rob Quirk. Week 5 has now begun in the murder trial of Leticia Stauch, accused of killing her 11-year-old son, Gannon, her stepson, I should say, back in 2020.
Today, jurors learned more about the timeline of the events before, during, and after Gannon's disappearance, including what Stauch did with Gannon's body after he was killed. News 5's Ashley Portillo is joining us live from the El Paso County Courthouse with the latest. Ashley.
Well, tomorrow morning, prosecutors will be arresting their case in the murder trial for Leticia Stauch. Today, they did call their very last witness to the stand. He's a former investigator with the Colorado Springs Police Department. His name is Kevin Clark, and during his testimony earlier today, he reviewed every movement, including GPS data, phone calls, and text messages between the Stauch family. Clark said on the day Gannon disappeared, Leticia left her phone at home for 4 hours, which he said was unusual. Plus, there was no activity on her cell phone later in the day. Clark also testified that Leticia dropped her car off in the short-term parking lot at the Colorado Springs airport and then rented a car. Clark said Gannon's body was in the trunk of her car that whole day, and then Leticia picked up a rental car and drove to Palmer Lake to drop off Gannon's body. Clark also said Leticia returned the following day to pick Gannon's body up near Palmer Lake. This was also the area where a blood-stained piece of wood was also found, which investigators say was a DNA match to Gannon's. Now this morning also began with learning that the defense's forensic psychologist met with Leticia Stauch at the jail for about 3 hours yesterday afternoon. Prosecutors shared their concerns because they don't know what was discussed during that meeting. The doctor on the defense's side is expected to testify tomorrow.
I may or may not require that before she testifies, the prosecution has an opportunity to meet with her.
Something was discussed within that 3 hours, and I need to be able to have the ability to cross-examine her as to why did she feel the need to meet with her for another 3 hours if she's already issued her opinion and issued her reports.
So toward the end of the day, the investigator also testified about all of the Google searches on Leticia Stauch's third phone, which was seized in South Carolina after she was arrested. Some of those searches did include drastic ways to change your appearance, shock from watching someone get shot, and what does a decomposing body look like. Of course, trial will resume tomorrow morning, and I'll be here bringing you the latest and most up-to-date information. For now, reporting live in Colorado Springs, I'm Ashley Portillo for News 5.